Hey, so this is what I look like without a mask. Caroline, what do you look like without a mask?
This is what I look like without a mask.
So I'm with Caroline Thompson, who's the Food Literacy Program Manager, and I'm going to ask her 2 questions, and she knows what I'm going to ask her, and then she's going to ask me 2 questions, and I don't know what she's going to ask me. So first question, Caroline, is where do you find purpose and meaning in your work?
Oh man, I'm so lucky to be able to work with students face to face every day, even during this, which has been great with the students on campus. I just feed off of your energy and your excitement and your curiosity. That I feel like food is this really wonderful connector for all of us. We all have to eat to live. And so using that as a lens to connect with people and just lift people up so that they can take charge of their, how they can cook for themselves, they can cook for their families. Talking about food justice and all that stuff gets me really excited, and just trying to engage the students where they're at is something that gives me purpose. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you spend all your time, not all your time, but a lot of your time feeding folks, literally, and also kind of, and also educating and feeding them in other ways. So how do you feed your own soul?
Yeah, that's a really good question. For a long time, I'm an extrovert in case no one knew. For a long time, I had a really hard time taking time for myself. And I kind of avoided that in some ways.
Yeah.
And because, you're left with your thoughts when you're alone. And I feel like as I've gotten a little older and figured out that I also need that recharge time, even if you're an extrovert, you need to have that time, quiet time. I spend a lot of time in my garden, and that is just like the ritual move. I'm a kinesthetic person, so like going on walks or doing something that's sort of mindless with your body kind of helps my mind to settle down and my heart to settle down.
Yeah.
So and then coming back with my people.
Yeah.
And being around them and eating with them.
Yeah.
So it's been a little hard with this, but with the digital connection, but I still have my quarantine. So, and we're still cooking good food and that kind of thing.
So it sounds like that, like figuring out that you need that alone time gives you the opportunity to bring more back into the community.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. If I don't do that, now I can tell. Like I feel like it's practice.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of practice, and so once I figured that out, and I can now see the sort of warning signs of like, Caroline, you need to go into the garden and dig something, and kind of use. It's like exercise too, and kind of quiet, and give time to kind of mull over thoughts and things like that. So that's definitely helped.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so what are you going to ask me?
Okay, so firstly, what are you having for dinner tonight?
Oh! I don't know the answer to that question. On my way out the door today, my wife Juliana said, "What do you think we should do for dinner tonight?" And I said, "I completely defer to you on this."
Or what did you have for dinner last night?
So last night we had dinner with my parents. We got carry out from the Blue Chair.
Very nice.
And had pulled pork barbecue, family style, around a table at the house that my grandparents built up here. And it's this beautiful table that matches the wood floors, and I've had, hundreds of meals in my life there. And so out of takeout containers from Blue Chair, we shared barbecue with my family.
Nice. That sounds awesome.
I feel like I want a better answer to your question, but that's the truth. All right, so what's your second
Okay,
what's your
my second
question?
question is what feeds you?
So I'm fed by lots of different things. I'm an introvert, even though I play an extrovert, you know, on YouTube.
Sundays.
Yeah. And I need quiet time, and my prayer life is usually pretty sort of meditative as opposed to like a lot of speaking out loud. But I'm kind of like you also in that getting the body moving, you know, running and things like that are helpful to me. And I really love cooking. I was talking about this with Juliana the other day. I think that cooking is the one activity that I do that's kind of like intuitive. I'm a pretty like, you know, concrete, follow the steps sort of person, but I don't like baking. I love the process of creating instinctively, and I do that in cooking and maybe preaching more than any other thing, where I'm not as formulaic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, you got anything else?
I think that's good for now.
Good.
Yeah. Hey, thanks.
Yeah.
Miss you guys.